The alarm bells rang loud across the space station. Commander Zixtal rushed to the main control room. His 6 legs moved fast on the metal floor. The other alien workers looked scared. Something big was happening. "What is it?" Zixtal asked. The officer at the control panel. "Sir, we found a ship. A big one. It just came out of hyperspace near the neutral zone," the officer said. His voice shook with fear. Zixtal looked at the screen. The ship was huge and dark. It had sharp edges and looked very different from any ship he had seen before. Strange. Metal parts stuck out from its sides. They looked like weapons. "Where did it come from?" he asked. "Unknown, sir. The computer cannot match it to any ship in our records. It does not look like anything from the hegemony, the collective, or the Federation." Zixtal felt worried. For hundreds of years, only 3 groups had ships that could travel between stars. Now there was a 4th group. This could change everything. Far away, on the bridge of the strange ship, Captain Lisa Rodriguez stood looking out at the stars. She was a human woman with dark hair and sharp eyes. She had waited her whole life for this moment. "Captain, we have arrived at the target location," said Jake Morrison, her second in command. He was a tall man with short brown hair. "Good. Danny, how are our engines?" Lisa asked. Danny Wright, the chief engineer, checked his control panel. He was a young man with red hair and many tools on his belt. "The new fusion drives are working." "Great, Captain. Better than we hoped." Lisa nodded. "Katie, what do you see out there?" Katie Bell, the science officer, was a woman with long blonde hair. She looked at her computer screen with interest. "Captain, I am reading some strange signals. There is a large structure about 10 miles away. It looks like a space station." "Any signs of life?" Lisa asked. "Yes, Captain. Many life signs. But they are not human." Lisa felt her heart beat faster. This was it. First contact with alien life. Earth had sent them here after finding clues that other intelligent beings lived among the stars. Now they had found them. "Ryan, can you hear any radio signals?" Lisa asked. Ryan Clark, the communications officer, was a thin man with glasses. He listened to his equipment with care. "Yes, Captain. I hear many signals, but I cannot understand them. The language is completely unknown." Lisa took a deep breath. "All right, everyone. This is what we trained for. We are about to make history. Jake, take us closer to that station, but go slow. We do not want to scare them." "Yes, Captain," Jake said. He moved the controls with steady hands. On the alien station, Zixtal watched the unknown ship move closer. It was 3 times bigger than their largest warship. The metal hull was dark gray with strange markings on the sides. "Sir, they are moving." "Toward us," the officer said. "Are their weapons pointed at us?" Zixtal asked. "We cannot tell, sir. Their weapon systems are unlike anything we know, but they are clearly armed." Zixtal made a choice. "Send them the standard first contact signal. Use the old mathematical sequences. All new species understand math." The signal went out into space. On the human ship, Ryan heard it through his equipment. "Captain, we are getting a signal. It sounds like numbers. Simple math problems," he said. Katie looked at the signal on her screen. "It is definitely math. 2 + 2 = 4. 3 × 3 = 9. They are trying to talk to us." Lisa smiled. "Send back the next numbers in the sequence. Show them we understand." Ryan sent the reply. On the alien station, the officers cheered when they got the answer. "They are intelligent, sir," the officer said. "They understand math." "Good. Now we try to learn their language," Zixtal said. For the next hour, both sides sent simple signals back and forth. The aliens sent pictures of their star charts. The humans sent back pictures of their own solar system. Slowly, They began to understand each other, but Zixtal grew more worried as he learned about the newcomers. The ship came from a place called Earth. It had traveled very far to get here. Most importantly, it was clearly built for war. "Sir, look at this," his officer said. "We scanned their ship. It has weapons we have never seen before. Railguns, plasma cannons, and something called nuclear missiles." Zixtal felt cold fear. Nuclear weapons? They use atomic energy for war? It seems so, sir. And look at their ship design. Every part is made for fighting. This is not an exploration ship. This is a warship. On the human ship, Katie made her own discoveries. "Captain, I am learning about their government. They call themselves the Hegemony, but they are not alone. There are two other big groups out here, the Collective and the Federation. Are they friendly?" Lisa asked. "Hard to tell, Captain. But from what I can understand, they have been in a Cold War for a very long time. They do not fight, but they do not trust each other either." Danny looked up from his controls. "Captain, something strange is happening. Our weapons are reading much higher power levels than normal. It is like something in space here is making them stronger." Lisa felt worried. "Is it dangerous?" "I do not think so, Captain. But our railguns are showing twice their normal power. The plasma cannons are the same. I have never seen anything like it." Alex Turner, the security chief, was a big man with scars on his face. "Captain, should we be ready for trouble?" Lisa thought for a moment. "Not yet, Alex, but keep our people ready. We do not know what we are dealing with here." Back on the alien station, Zixtal made a hard choice. He had to report this to the Hegemony leadership. A new species with advanced weapons could change the balance of power in the galaxy. Send a message to High Command. Tell them we have found a new species. They are armed and dangerous. Request instructions. He ordered. The message went out across space. Soon, the other two alien groups would know about the humans too. Zixtal just hoped this would not start a war. On the human ship, Lisa looked out at the alien station. She could see lights moving inside it. Alien beings were in there. Beings who had never seen a human before. "Captain, what do we do now?" "Jake," asked. Lisa squared her shoulders. "We do what humans do best. We adapt, we learn, and we show them that Earth is ready to join the galaxy." She did not know that her words would soon be tested in ways she could never imagine. Hours passed as both sides worked to understand each other. Katie Bell sat at her computer, trying to make sense of the alien language. Her fingers moved fast across the controls as she studied the patterns in their signals. "I think I have something," she said to Captain Rodriguez. "Their language follows rules like ours. They use sounds to mean things, but their sounds are very different." Ryan Clark nodded from his station. "I can hear clicks and buzzes in their signals. Sometimes high sounds, sometimes low ones. It is like they are singing to us." "Can you make our computer understand them?" Lisa asked. Katie smiled. "I think so, Captain. Give me a few more hours." On the alien station, Zixtal was having his own problems. His officers were scared. They had never seen weapons like the ones on the human ship. "Sir, we got a reply from High Command," his communications officer said. "They want to know everything about these humans. They also want to know if they are a threat." Zixtal looked at the human ship on his screen. It was still there, waiting. "What do we know about them so far?" "They come from a planet called Earth. It is in a part of space we thought was empty. They have been traveling in space for less than 100 years, but their technology is very advanced." 100 years? Zixtal was shocked. "That is impossible. It takes most species 1,000 years to develop space travel. That is what worries me, sir. They learn and grow very fast, too fast. Meanwhile, on the human ship, Danny Wright was studying the strange readings from their weapons. The numbers kept getting higher. "Captain, you need to see this," he called out. "Our weapons are not just getting stronger. They are changing. The computer says the plasma cannons are now 50% more powerful than when we left Earth." Lisa walked over to look at his screen. "What is causing it?" "I think it is the space around here, Captain. There is some kind of energy field. It is making our technology work better." Katie looked up from her translation work. "Maybe that is why the aliens are so worried about us. If our weapons are getting stronger, we might seem very dangerous too." Them. Alex Turner, the security chief, checked his weapon systems. "Captain, should I power down our guns?" "We do not want to start a fight." Lisa thought about it. "No, Alex, if we power down, they might think we are weak. Keep them ready, but do not aim at anyone." Just then, Ryan's equipment made a loud beeping sound. "Captain, I am getting a signal. It is different from the others. I think their computer is trying to talk to our computer." "Let it happen," Lisa said, "but watch it carefully. Do not let them into our important systems." The two computers began to share information. Simple words and pictures moved between the ships. Slowly, a basic translation system began to work. The first clear message from the aliens came through an hour later. Ryan read it out loud. "Greetings, beings from Earth. We are the hegemony. We welcome you to our space. Please tell us your intentions." Lisa thought carefully before answering. Reply to them. Say we come in peace. We want to learn about other species and share knowledge. But the aliens were not satisfied with this answer. More messages came through. They wanted to know about human history, human government, and human weapons. Katie worked with the translation system to answer their questions. But as she told them about Earth, she could see the aliens getting more worried. "Captain, they do not like what they are learning about us," she said. "They are asking about our wars. They want to know why we fight so much." Lisa frowned. "What did you tell them?" "The truth. That humans sometimes fight, but we also make peace. That we learn to work together by overcoming our differences." "And how did they react?" "They seem scared, Captain. They keep asking about our weapons and our military." On the alien station, Zixtel was reading the reports about human history. What he learned made him feel sick. "These humans have fought hundreds of wars," he told his officers. "They have weapons that can destroy entire cities. They have killed millions of their own kind. But, sir, they also say they have made peace. They united their whole planet under one government," his communications officer said. "Yes, but how? Through conquest? Through force? This is not how civilized species behave." Zixtal's worry grew worse when he learned about human technology. These beings had gone from simple tools to space travel in just a few thousand years. Most species took much longer. "Sir, there is something else," his science officer said. "We scanned their ship more carefully. Their technology is very strange. It does not follow the rules we know." "What do you mean?" "Their engines should not work as well as they do. Their computers are too fast. Their weapons are too powerful. It is like they found ways to break the laws of physics." Back on the human ship, Katie made her own discovery about the aliens. "Captain, I learned something interesting. These three groups have been fighting for a very long time, but they do not really fight. They just threaten each other." "What do you mean?" Lisa asked. "They have been in the same positions for hundreds of years. Same borders, same arguments, same threats, but no real wars. No real changes." Danny looked up from his controls. "That sounds boring. How do they learn anything new?" "I do not think they do," Katie said. "From what I can tell, their technology has not changed much in centuries. They are stuck." Lisa began to understand. "So when they see us, With our new technology and our history of change, they get scared. Exactly, Captain. We represent something they do not understand. Growth, change, progress. Suddenly, Ryan's equipment started beeping again. But this time, the signals were different, stronger, coming from multiple directions. Captain, we have a problem, he said. I am reading more ships, lots of them, coming from 3 different directions. Lisa looked at the main screen. New dots were appearing. Ships were coming toward them from all sides. How many? She asked. At least 30 ships, Captain. Maybe more. They are coming from different groups. Katie checked her translation system. New messages were coming in, not just from the hegemony, but from the other 2 alien groups. Captain, the Collective, and the Federation are here too. They all want to talk to us. Alex Turner stood up from his station. Captain, this looks like trouble. We are about to be surrounded. Lisa felt her heart race. This was not what they had planned for. They had expected to meet one group of aliens, not 3 groups all at once. Danny, how are our engines? She asked. Ready to go, Captain. But with all these ships around us, we might not be able to escape if we need to. Lisa looked at her crew. They were all looking at her, waiting for orders. She had to make a choice that could affect not just her ship, but all of humanity. All right, everyone. We came here to make contact with aliens. Now we have 3 groups instead of 1. We stick to our mission. We try to make peace. Jake Morrison, her second in command, looked worried. Captain, what if they do not want peace? What if they see us as a threat? Lisa looked out at the approaching ships. Then we show them what humans can do when we have to. But first, we try to talk. The ships were getting closer. Soon, they would be surrounded by 3 alien fleets. The crew of the human ship prepared for whatever would come next. Zixtal watched the other fleets approach on his screen. The collective ships looked like giant insects, all curves and strange shapes. The Federation ships were blocky and practical. Built for trade and transport, double quotes, sir. What are your orders? His officer asked. Zixtal sighed. We wait, and we hope these humans are smarter than they seem. The stage was set for a meeting that would change the galaxy forever. The 3 alien fleets arrived within hours of each other. Captain Rodriguez watched from her bridge as dozens of ships took positions around the human vessel. Each fleet looked completely different from the others. The hegemony ships were smooth and white, like crystals floating in space. They moved in perfect formation, every ship exactly where it should be. The collective ships were dark and bumpy, looking more like living creatures than machines. They moved together like a school of fish. The Federation ships were square and gray, covered with cargo containers and communication arrays. Captain, we are getting signals from all 3 fleets, Ryan said. They all want to talk to us. Lisa looked at the screen, showing the alien positions. Her ship was in the center, surrounded. Who wants to talk first? The hegemony says they found us first, so they should talk first. The collective says all. Species should talk together. The Federation says they want to make a trade deal. Katie looked up from her computer. Captain, I am reading their ship configurations. The hegemony has 20 warships. The collective has 15 large bioships. The Federation has 12 ships, but they are mostly armed traders. Danny checked his weapon systems again. Captain, our weapons are still getting stronger. The railguns are now at 200% normal power. I have never seen anything like it. Alex Turner studied the tactical display. Captain, if they all attack us at once, we will be in serious trouble. We are outnumbered 40 to 1. Lisa nodded. Let's try to talk our way out of this. Ryan, open a channel to all 3 fleets. The main screen split into 3 parts. On the left was Admiral Kethfor of the hegemony, a tall alien with blue skin and 4 arms. In the middle was a strange creature from the collective, with many eyes and tentacles. On the right was Trade Prince Morden of the Federation, a short, fat alien with green skin. "Greetings, humans," Admiral Kethfer said. His voice was deep and commanding. "I am Admiral Kethvar. The hegemony claims first contact rights with your species. We demand you negotiate only with us." The collective creature spoke next. Its voice sounded like many voices talking at once. "We are the collective. All species must join the greater whole. Your individual thoughts cause chaos. We will help you find peace through unity." Trade Prince Morden laughed. "Ignore these fools, humans. The Federation offers real benefits. Trade, technology, and profit. We can make you rich beyond your dreams." Lisa looked at the 3 alien leaders. Each one wanted something different from humanity. "We appreciate all your offers, but we need time to understand your proposals." "Time is not available, Admiral," Kethver said. "The galaxy is dangerous. You must choose protection. Only the hegemony can keep you safe." The collective creature moved closer to its screen. "Safety comes from unity. Individual species are weak. Together, we are strong. Join us willingly, or join us eventually." Trade Prince Morden waved his hands. "Do not listen to them, humans. They offer slavery. We offer partnership. Equal trade between equal species." Katie whispered to Lisa, "Captain, I am analyzing their offers. None of them really wants us as equals. They all want to control us somehow." Lisa kept her face calm, but inside she was worried. "What makes you think we need any of your offers? We have traveled here on our own. We have our own technology." Admiral Kethver looked angry. "Your technology is dangerous. Your weapons are too advanced for such a young species. You need guidance." "Your weapons violate galactic law," the collective creature said. "No species should have such power. We will take them from you for the good of all." Trade Prince Morden leaned forward. "Your weapons are worth much money. We can help you sell them to the highest bidder." Danny watched his screens as the alien. Ships moved closer. "Captain, they are surrounding us tighter. I think they are getting ready to do something." Jake Morrison checked the navigation systems. "Captain, if we need to run, we should do it now. Once they get any closer, we will not be able to escape." Lisa made a decision. "All ships, this is Captain Rodriguez of the UNS Defiant. We came here in peace. We want to learn about your civilizations and share knowledge. But we will not be forced to choose sides in your conflicts." The 3 alien leaders did not like this answer. Admiral Kethvor's face turned darker blue. "You do not understand, humans. There is no neutrality in this galaxy. You are either with us or against us. Individual choice leads to chaos," the collective creature said. "We will help you see the truth. Prepare for integration." Trade Prince Morden looked disappointed. "A shame. We could have been partners. Now we must compete for your allegiance." Ryan's equipment started beeping wildly. "Captain, I am intercepting communications between the fleets. They are talking about us." "What are they saying?" Lisa asked. Katie worked with the translation system. "They are arguing about who gets to control us. The hegemony wants to make us their client species. The collective wants to absorb us. The Federation wants to exploit our technology. None of them wants us as equals," Alex said. "They all see us as something to be used." Lisa felt angry. "Is that how they treat all new species?" Katie checked her files. "Captain, I have been studying their history. For the past 500 years, no truly new species has joined the galaxy. They have been dividing up the same territory over and over. That means they have not grown or changed in centuries," Danny said. "No wonder they are scared of us." On the Hegemony flagship, Admiral Kethvar spoke with his officers. These humans are more dangerous than we thought. They refuse to submit to proper authority. Sir, their ship is still getting stronger, his science officer reported. Our sensors show their weapons are now at 300% of their original power. How is that possible? We do not know, sir. Their technology interacts with the quantum field in ways we have never seen. On the collective bioship, the Overmind considered the problem. The humans were individuals, but they worked together. This was confusing. How could separate minds coordinate without unity? On the Federation command ship, Trade Prince Mordon calculated profits and losses. The humans had valuable technology, but they were stubborn negotiators. Back on the human ship, Lisa gathered her senior officers. All right, people, we have a problem. 3 alien fleets want to control us. We need options. We could try to run, Jake suggested. Our engines are faster than theirs. But then we would have to go back to Earth with nothing, Katie said, and they might follow us. We could fight, Alex said. Our weapons are getting stronger. Maybe we could take a few of them with us. Against 40 ships? Danny shook his head. We would not last long. Lisa looked at each of her officers. There has to be another way. Humans are good at finding solutions to impossible problems. Katie suddenly looked up from her computer. Captain, I have an idea. What if we are thinking about this wrong? What do you mean? These 3 groups have been fighting for centuries, but they have never really fought. They are stuck in the same patterns. What if we could show them a different way? Lisa began to understand. You mean instead of choosing sides, we force them to change the game? Exactly. Humans are good. Adapting. They are not. Maybe that is our advantage. Danny grinned. I like it. But how do we do it? Alex checked his weapons. We might have to fight our way out first. Lisa looked at the alien fleets surrounding them. Maybe fighting is exactly what we need to do, but not the kind of fighting they expect. Ryan's equipment beeped again. Captain, the alien fleets are moving. They are getting into attack formation. Which fleet is moving first? Lisa asked. All of them, Captain. I think they have decided to settle this by force. Lisa stood up straight. All right, people. Time to show these aliens what humans can do. Battle stations. The crew moved to their positions. The peaceful first contact mission was about to become something very different. Admiral Kethvar gave the order to his fleet. Prepare to disable the human ship. We will take them alive for questioning. The collective Overmind sent commands to its bioships. Capture the humans. Their uniqueness will be added to our strength. Trade Prince Mordun signaled his captains. Disable their weapons. We want their technology intact. The 3 fleets began to move toward the human ship. But Lisa Rodriguez and her crew were ready for them. Let's show them what Earth is all about, Lisa said. The battle began when the collective ships launched their biodrones. Hundreds of small living creatures flew toward the human ship. They moved like angry bees, trying to find ways inside. Alex, they are trying to board us, Lisa called out. Alex. Turner was ready. He had placed his security teams at every entrance to the ship. Let them try, Captain. We have some surprises waiting for them. The first drones hit the ship's hull and began cutting through the metal. But when they got inside, they found something they did not expect. The humans were not standing in neat lines, waiting to be captured. They were hiding, moving, and fighting in ways the aliens had never seen. These humans do not fight like civilized beings, the collective Overmind observed. They use tricks and deception. Alex's teams moved through the ship like ghosts. They would appear, attack the drones, and disappear again. The aliens were used to formal battles with clear rules. Human guerrilla warfare confused them. Meanwhile, Danny Wright was working magic in the engine room. "Captain, I have figured out how to use the quantum field to boost our systems, but I need to make changes while we fight." "Do it," Lisa ordered. "Whatever you need to do." Danny's hands flew. Over the controls? He was changing the ship's systems in real time, something the aliens thought was impossible. Their ships were built to work one way and never change. Human ships were built to be modified and improved. On the bridge, Katie Bell was doing something even more amazing. She was learning the aliens' battle tactics by watching their communications. Her computer skills and language abilities let her understand their strategies faster than they could implement them. "Captain, the hegemony ships are planning to hit us with energy weapons in 30 seconds, she reported. "They will fire from the left side." Lisa immediately ordered evasive maneuvers. The human ship twisted and turned in ways that made the alien commanders dizzy. While their ships moved in straight lines and predictable patterns, the human ship danced through space like a fighter jet. "How are they doing that?" Admiral HFY demanded. "Their ship is too large to move so quickly." His science officer checked the readings. "Sir, they are using gravitational fields from nearby asteroids to help them turn. It should not work, but somehow it does." The hegemony fired their energy weapons, but the human ship was no longer where they expected it to be. Instead, Lisa had positioned her ship so that the alien weapons hit other alien ships by mistake. "What kind of tactics are these?" "Trade Prince." Morgan yelled as his ships were hit by hegemony weapons. "They are using us against each other?" Lisa smiled. "Ryan, can you jam their communications?" Ryan Clark had been studying the alien signals since they arrived. "Already working on it, Captain. I am sending false signals to each fleet. They think the other fleets are attacking them." The alien coordination began to break down. The three fleets had fought together for so long that they relied on predictable patterns. When those patterns were disrupted, they did not know how to adapt. Danny's voice came over the intercom. "Captain, I have boosted our weapons to 400% power. The railguns are ready to fire. Target their weapon systems only." Lisa ordered. "We are not here to kill anyone." The human railguns fired. The projectiles moved so fast that the aliens could barely see them. But instead of trying to destroy the alien ships, the humans targeted specific parts. They disabled weapons without killing crews. "Impossible," Admiral HFY gasped. "How can they aim so precisely while moving so fast?" The answer was human reflexes and training. The crew of the Defiant had practiced these maneuvers for years. They could fight, repair, and adapt all at the same time. Alex's teams had finished dealing with the boarding drones. "Captain, all intruders are neutralized, but I have something strange to report." "What is it, Alex?" "The drones were not really trying to kill us. They were trying to capture us alive. All three alien groups want us intact." Lisa realized what this meant. They see us as valuable. That gives us an advantage. Katie looked up from her computer. "Captain, I have been analyzing their ship designs. They are all hundreds of years old. No new ideas, no improvements. They just build the same ships over and over." "What does that tell us?" Lisa asked. "It tells us they have stopped learning. They are stuck in old ways of thinking." Danny's voice came over the intercom again. "Captain, I have an idea. What if we show them something they have never seen before?" "What do you have in mind?" "I can modify our engines to create a quantum feedback pulse. It will not hurt them, but it will show them technology they thought was impossible." Lisa thought about it. "Do it. Let's give them something to think about." Danny worked his magic again. The human ship began to glow with strange energy. The quantum field around them started to pulse and change. On the alien ships, warning alarms began to sound. Their instruments were showing readings that made no sense. "What are they doing?" the collective overmind asked. This energy pattern is not in our databases. They are manipulating the quantum field directly. Admiral Kethfer's science officer reported. Our theory says this should be impossible. Trade Prince Mordun watched his instruments with growing fear. Their technology is beyond ours. How can a species so young know things we do not? The human ship released the energy pulse. It spread out in all directions, washing over the alien fleets. The pulse did not hurt them, but it did something more important. It showed them that humans could do things they thought were impossible. Captain, Katie said, their communications are going crazy. They are all asking the same question. How did we do that? Lisa stood up. Ryan, open a channel to all 3 fleets. The alien commanders appeared on screen again. But now they looked different. Instead of anger or greed, their faces showed confusion and maybe a little fear. Attention, alien fleets, Lisa said. We did not come here to fight you. We came to learn. But you have shown us that learning is not something you do anymore. Admiral Kethvar's voice was quieter now. How did you create that energy pulse? We learned how to adapt, Lisa replied. We learned how to change. We learned how to grow. These are things you seem to have forgotten. The collective overmind spoke slowly. Your individual minds work together without unity. This should not be possible. It is possible because we choose to work together, Lisa said. We do not force unity. We create it through cooperation. Trade Prince Mordun looked thoughtful. Your technology advances while you fight. Our technology stays the same. Why? Katie stepped forward. Because conflict forces innovation. When you face challenges, you must find new solutions. When you avoid challenges, you stop growing. The alien fleets had stopped attacking. Their commanders were thinking about what the humans had shown them. For 500 years, we have maintained the balance, Admiral Kethfer said. We thought this was wisdom. Maybe it was just fear, Lisa replied. Fear of change. Fear of growth. Fear of the unknown. Danny's voice came over the intercom. Captain, our systems are stabilizing. The quantum field is returning to normal. But the effect on the aliens was not returning to normal. They had seen something that challenged everything they believed about technology and progress. What do you want from us? The collective overmind asked. Lisa smiled. We want you to remember how to grow, how to change, how to become something better than you are. The 3 alien fleets floated in space, no longer threatening. Their commanders were silent, thinking about what they had learned. Alex Turner looked at his tactical display. Captain, their weapons are powering down. I think they are done fighting. Good, Lisa said, because the real work is just beginning. The space around the neutral zone became quiet. The 3 alien fleets floated without moving, their weapons powered down. On the human ship, Captain Rodriguez looked at the alien commanders on her screen. You could have destroyed us, Admiral Kethver said slowly. Your weapons were powerful enough. Why did you not? Lisa thought about her answer. Because destroying you would not solve anything. We came here to learn, not to conquer. The collective overmind's many eyes focused on her. You fought us, but you did not try to kill us. This is different. Trade Prince Mordun nodded. In 500 years, no one has shown us new ways of fighting, or new ways of thinking. Katie Bell stepped forward. That is the problem. You have been doing the same things for centuries. You have stopped growing. Growth brings change, Admiral Kethver said. Change brings uncertainty. We chose stability. But stability without growth is not really stability, Danny Wright said over the intercom. It is slow death. Your civilizations are dying because they cannot adapt. The alien commanders looked uncomfortable. They had never thought about their situation this way. Lisa walked closer to the screen. Let me tell you about Earth. 100 years ago, our nations fought terrible wars. We almost destroyed ourselves with nuclear weapons. But we learned from those mistakes. How? The collective overmind asked. We realized that our differences made us stronger, not weaker. Each culture brought new ideas. Each conflict taught us better ways to solve problems. We grew stronger through challenge, not in spite of it. Ryan Clark brought up a display showing Earth's history. Look at our technology development. We went from simple machines to space travel in just 200 years. We did this by constantly trying new things. Trade Prince Mordun studied the display. Your species advances so quickly. Do you not fear making mistakes? Alex Turner laughed. We make mistakes all the time, but we learn from them and do better next time. That is how humans work. Commander Zixtel, who had been listening from his monitoring station, spoke up. But what about war? What about conflict? How do you control it? Lisa nodded. We do not eliminate conflict. We channel it into useful directions. We compete in sports, in science, in art. We argue about ideas and find better solutions through debate. Katie brought up another display. Your 3 civilizations have been in the same Cold War for 5 centuries. You have the same borders, the same arguments, the same threats. Nothing has changed. Change is dangerous, Admiral Kethver said. But his voice was uncertain. Not changing is more dangerous, Lisa replied. While you have been fighting the same old fight, the galaxy has been stagnating. Star formation is slowing down. Trade routes are becoming less efficient. Your technology is falling behind what is possible. Danny's voice came over the intercom. Again, Captain, I have been analyzing their ship designs. They could be 50% more efficient with just minor modifications. But they never try anything new. The collective overmind was quiet for a long moment. Bennett spoke. We believed that unity meant sameness. That diversity meant chaos. Diversity creates strength, Lisa said. When you have different ideas competing, the best ideas win. When you have only one idea, you cannot tell if it is good or bad. Trade Prince Mordun looked thoughtful. Your ship is more advanced than ours, but you are much younger as a species. How is this possible? Jake Morrison answered. Because we never stop learning. Every generation of humans builds on what came before, but also tries new things. Your species seem to have stopped building. Admiral Kethva's face showed something that might have been shame. We were so concerned with maintaining our position that we forgot why we wanted that position in the first place. What was your original goal? Lisa asked. To protect our people, to ensure their prosperity, to build a better future. And have you done that? Admiral Kethfor was quiet. Finally he spoke. We have maintained the status quo, but our people are not more prosperous than they were 500 years ago, and the future looks much like the present. The collective overmind made a sound like sighing. We sought perfection through unity, but we achieved only stagnation. Trade Prince Mordun nodded sadly. We focused so much on protecting our trade routes that we stopped finding new places to trade. Lisa felt sympathy for these alien leaders. They had tried to do good things, but they had lost their way. It is not too late, she said. You can start growing again. You can start changing. How? Admiral Kethver asked. We have been the same for so long. How do we learn to be different? Danny came up to the bridge, wiping his hands on a cloth. Start small. Try one new thing. See what happens. Then try another new thing. Katie nodded. We could help you. Share some of our techniques for innovation and adaptation, but we cannot do it for you, Alex added. You have to choose to change. Ryan brought up a communication from Earth. Captain, we are getting a message from home. They want to know how first contact went. Lisa smiled. Tell them it went better than expected. And tell them to prepare more ships. I think we are going to be very busy. The alien commanders looked at each other. Slowly, Admiral Kethfer spoke. What are you proposing? A new kind of alliance, Lisa said. Not based on dominance or submission. Based on mutual growth and learning. We will teach you what we know about adaptation and innovation. You teach us about your technologies and cultures. But we must all be willing to change, Katie added, to try new things, to make mistakes, and learn from them. The collective overmind considered this. You would trust us to remain independent? You would not try to control us? Control prevents growth, Lisa said. We want partners, not subjects. Trade Prince Mordon leaned forward. What would this mean for our current territories? Our current agreements? That is up to you to decide, Lisa replied. Maybe some of your old agreements still make sense. Maybe some need to change. The important thing is that you choose based on what works now, not what worked centuries ago. Admiral Kethfer made a decision. I will take this proposal to the Hegemony Council, but I think they will be interested. We will consider this with our collective mind, the Overmind said. Your ideas are intriguing, Trade Prince Mordon grinned. The Federation is always interested in new opportunities. This could be very profitable for everyone. Over the next several hours, the 3 alien fleets began to withdraw. But before they left, representatives from each fleet came aboard the human ship. They wanted to see human technology up close. Danny showed them his engineering modifications. Katie demonstrated the translation systems. Alex explained human tactical thinking. Ryan showed them communication techniques. Most importantly, Lisa talked with each representative about leadership and decision-making. On Earth, we have a saying, she told them. The only constant is change. Leaders who cannot adapt will be replaced by leaders who can. As the alien ships prepared to leave, Commander Zixtal sent a final message. Captain Rodriguez, you have given us much to think about. Perhaps it is time for the galaxy to wake up from its long sleep. Lisa watched the alien fleets depart. Each was heading back to their home territories, carrying new ideas and new possibilities. Captain, Jake said, what do you think will happen now? Lisa looked out at the stars. I think we started something today. Something big. The galaxy is about to remember how to grow. Ryan received another message from Earth. Captain, they are sending 12 more ships. Full exploration and contact fleet. Good, Lisa said. We are going to need them. Katie looked up from her computer. Captain, I am already detecting changes in the alien territories. New ship designs. New communication patterns. They are starting to experiment. Danny grinned. Once you start changing, it is hard to stop. They are going to discover what humans learned long ago. What is that? Alex asked. That the future is more interesting than the past. As the UN's Defiant set course for its next destination, the crew reflected on what they had accomplished. They had not just made first contact with alien species. They had reminded an entire galaxy how to dream of tomorrow. Behind them. 3. Ancient civilizations were beginning to transform. Ahead of them, a universe of possibilities waited to be explored. Lisa Rodriguez smiled as she looked at her crew. All right, people, let's go see what else is out there. The human age in the galaxy had begun.